talk about this box office predictions right here because they're already starting to do this. And of course, Variety has their article out. So let's see what they're predicting right here. All right. Box office, The Suicide Squad targets a 30 million plus opening weekend domestically right there. The Suicide Squad will storm into the domestic box office with Warner Brothers' R-rated superhero adventure on track to generate more than 30 million doll hairs. So as the only new movie to debut nationwide, The Suicide Squad won't have much competition to top the charts in North America. Like the entire Warner Brothers 2021 film slate, The Suicide Squad is of course premiering simultaneously on HBO Max. Some box office experts suggest that inaugural ticket sales above 30 million is a modest estimate and predict the revenues could surpass 40 million in its first 3 days of release. That isn't a bad start for a pandemic times, but it's a soft debut for a film with an $185 million budget, man. Wow. However, the studio's parent company, Warner Media, isn't just relying on box office sales. It's also hoping that The Suicide Squad will drive subscribers to HBO Max. The company hasn't reported any specific metrics when it comes to streaming signups, so it's unclear if the latest Warner Brothers offerings have actually led to new paying customers. That's right. What are you talking about? Warner Media? You know, what? They just they having a problem with them numbers right there?
We still can't see the numbers.
I know. That's what's so weird about this time. It's like, okay. And then, of course, when you're promising actors and actresses about box office, you're going to get some of that box office nut, and then they don't get it because a lot of people flocked over to the streaming service. All just logistics of it all is pretty crazy. But at the same time, okay, 30, maybe 40 million. It's an R-rated movie. I mean, it's going to be interesting. But what's also going to hurt it too is like, look what's happening in the news. Look what's happening in the news as well. Is like the Delta variant. Now they're talking about the Delta. I don't know what there's. I mean, apparently COVID is just going to it's going to get in its physical form and start, fucking multiplying and walking down the streets or something like that. I don't know. I don't listen to the media as much. I try not to listen to the media when it comes to all this, but of course it's all doom and gloom and doom and gloom and doom and gloom. And the vaccination's not working and stuff like that. And people are still getting it and passing it around. And now we're all going to get in lockdowns and mask up, fully hazmat suited up again. I don't know. It's just, I don't even know what's going on with that. So that's going to start having an effect on the box office yet again. And I remember even seeing stuff where I think even movies were, studios were thinking that they're going to have to delay more again because of COVID restrictions that are happening. They can't shoot in certain spots because, there's hot spots that are happening. It's all just fucking crazy. Yeah, 30 million. Oh, yeah, it is pretty low. But, I mean, you're talking about an R-rated movie. But at the same time, you're talking about an R-rated $185 million production movie. They gave, I think the first Suicide Squad got 170, if I'm not mistaken about that. But, man, it's going to be interesting. And are they going to release, like, metrics when it comes to, when it comes to what they are, the analytics, the numbers, when it comes to the Suicide Squad? I mean, Space Jam came and went. It was here, and then nobody's talking about it anymore. Is that what's going to happen with the Suicide Squad? I mean, I see a lot. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of positivity when it comes to the reviews. Everybody's saying it's a unique, crazy, batshit crazy movie. So, yeah, I don't know. It's all pretty crazy. F9 did what, 70 million, but the fans of those movies are brainwashed. And yeah, I know, right? So that's what's going to be interesting. And then at the same time, I threw out this question to you guys. I don't know. I think it was at the beginning of the week. Maybe it was last week. I can't remember. I think it was last week when I said, okay, so if the Suicide Squad does well at the box office, for the times that we're in, I should say, does that help or hurt the Ayer cut from getting released? I always want to lean into I think that would help because then they could just lean into their IP and be like, hey, we got this whole other version. If you sign up with HBO Max, you can watch this whole other version of the first Suicide Squad. It's better. Remember the Snyder cut? Yeah. Well, now we got the Ayer cut. I mean, it seems like a no-brainer to me in my eyes, but this is Warner. This is Warner we're talking about. They're just, I don't know what's going on when it comes to Warner right there. So it's very interesting. So, but I'm just saying, like, I think it would. I don't know about what you guys think, but it will, hurts it because the IP is damaged. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, but if it does well, it hurts it. That's what I'm wondering. Ayer cut isn't happening until the merger is complete. It could be a possibility. I don't know, but it's going to be interesting. Definitely going to be interesting. I still have to buy my tickets. I'm going to go tomorrow. So I got to buy my tickets and see what happens, but it's going to go off critical success. And if the audience reception is great too, yeah, that's going to be interesting to see that on Rotten Tomatoes as well, what the audience score is going to be. Yeah. And it's still weird times. It's still strange times, guys, when it comes to box office and how movies are doing in the movie theater and everything. So I don't know. We got to represent. Yeah. Oh, Garza, can't wait until Steppenwolf shows up in the throwing that shade as he should. Oh man, yeah. By Zoic Studios, right? Yeah. Goddamn. Yeah, but remember, Garza. But also, you had a prediction for the Suicide Squad, right? You had a prediction of a certain somebody showing up in Suicide Squad. Huh? Ooh. Would have been cool though, to be perfectly honest. Even though I was like, nah, that ain't happen. I thought that would be cool, especially with all talk about Bloodsport shooting putting Superman in the ICU. But then again, maybe they'll pull a fast one. But it's just, you think you would have like probably heard it by now. But yeah. Stream the real Suicide Squad movie, Assault on Arkham. Yes, that's a very good animated flick. Yes, watch that. I remember when I think that, when I would refer to anybody who wanted to know about the Suicide Squad, I'm like, oh, watch this movie right here. Watch that. And that's a great one. So I highly recommend it. Highly recommend what Ryan said and watch the Assault on Arkham Suicide Squad movie. You won't be disappointed. It's really good. It's really good. So